That's what I think.
Goodie bag for a question.
What? Oh, good answer to a good question.
No, they get a goodie bag. If you ask a good question, you get a goodie bag.
A good question, but I answered it good and bad? What's the bad part? Maybe I can correct it. You're just joking. I know it's English humor. What's another question? Hey, listen, my girlfriend is from down there in Exeter, so I'm always getting beat up by her sarcasm. I think she's complimenting me, but she's insulting me. That's, the Americans, we believe, when they say your shirt looks nice, I believe her. But she's actually making fun of me. All right, what's the next question? Oh, there is no other questions.
There is.
What? Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, Kenny. I know I've told you this before about the separate drums and that. What would you recommend to get a double pedal across tones with like a singular amplitude? So like when
What would you recommend as a double bass drum groove?
Yeah, just like a trick that's kind of feel, just get it going. Because like all the people that I teach actually just have one leg.
Oh, you mean if you have one limb?
Yeah, the feel just like the trick flip.
When you say one limb, you mean one arm or one leg?
Well, some people I teach have one arm, some people have
Well, the one, if you, yeah.
I'm predominantly thinking like a trick.
Well, if you have one, I can tell you what you do is you have one leg, you just play, then hopefully you only have one missing and you get the other arm. Double bass drum. Wow. By the way, this guy teaches people who are disabled, handicapped, obviously. So one arm, I never had this question before. Which leg is it? Oh shit.
Well, some people have got this thing, some people have got this thing, and the way I kind of like going in is like with like staying across songs like that.
I mean, just in general, what I would do is like, kind of like what's his name did for Def Leppard. I mean, you try first you have to hear what you want to play.
Yeah, but the thing is that we've kind of Def Leppard though, because I've spoken to a few times, he kind of cheated, he had like a trigger loop going on.
Okay, well here's my point. Figure out what you want to hear in your head, what beat you want to play, and then figure out how you're going to play it with what you have. You know what I'm saying? Make that the deciding factor. If you want to play a certain beat, figure out how am I going to get do-ba, and which limb is going to do it. I mean, that's like you have a final destination and then figure out how to get there. With, it might mean that you're playing 3 beats with your right, with one arm, and then the next 2 with your foot until you get the sound and beat you want. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's just about running out of ideas.
Oh, well, yeah, you just made me think about it, but I've never had to think about that. Nobody ever asked me that before.
It's just the first because I feel like I'm going to run out of ideas with people with diabetes and just the fresh people's faces, somebody else to say, okay, we can try that, we can try that, we can try that.
Well, what I just told you was like the most global way, unless I'm sitting in the room with the person and I'm looking at them and I could maybe have some suggestions. I mean, you gotta be creative with the drum set you're playing on, and then try to attain the beat you want with what you have.
Thank you.
That's all I can say, without being right there.
Ken, what do you think about Dream Theater competition for the drummer? Finally, Mike Mangini, but it was really strong guys over there. And first question, do you think is he going to cover Mark Courtney?
Oh, you mean Mike Mangini playing in...
As a Dream Theater drummer now, And have you thought to apply for this casting, for example?
Okay, it's a little hard to hear, but you're talking about Mike Mangini taking the place of Portnoy
Yes.
in Dream Theater.
Yes.
And the question is, do I think he's going to do a good job?
The question is because it was really strong competition and casting, yeah? So many good guys. And
Oh, so many guys competed for that, like Thomas Lang and
Yes, yeah.
other drummers. And so the question?
What do you think about final decision?
Oh, final decision?
Is it the most suitable for there, do you think?
Like, the thing with the final decision for that band was the same thing that I was talking about with Chickenfoot. It becomes personal at that point. Or that it becomes, well, really, I don't know what the final reason was. My gut feeling is he did something maybe in his playing that was what they wanted. Actually, I heard something, now I think about it, that Mike played it note for note as much as possible, exactly the way Portnoy played it. Now maybe the other drummers came in there and played it almost note for note. I don't know for sure. This is my guess. But you just never know. I don't know those guys really well. I don't know. You know, they could be the type of guys that want the drummer to come in and play exactly the way Mike Portnoy played. And then that drummer gets the gig. Where in the Chickenfoot thing, if you play it too much exactly like Chad Smith, you don't get the gig. You see what I mean? So I don't have the exact answer because I haven't talked to Mike or anybody that was in the audition. But somebody told me at the drum festival that Mike played what he had heard. That Mike played exactly what Mike Mangini played, exactly what Mike Portnoy played. So maybe that helped him. The other thing is, with a band like that, they're definitely looking for somebody they're going to get along with. It gets very personal. When you lose a member like that, that's like a family member. Just because you play great drums, that's only a part of it. Seriously. So, you know, it just is the way it is.
Second question, did you ever think to apply, for example? Or totally not your music style?
Did I ever what?
Have you thought to apply about this casting for the drummer, Dream Theater drummer?
I'm not sure I understand it. Did I say it
Have you
again?
ever applied to become a Dream Theater drummer, or do you think there's something that you can deal with?
Did you ever think about it to apply for a Dream Theater drummer?
Oh, Dream Theater?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I did think, well, you know what though? I'm always excited to do different things. I want to do different things. But first of all, I didn't even know it was happening, you know, until it happened, because it was such a secret that when Michael finally got the gig, they didn't advertise the audition. They went after specific people and told everybody to not talk about it. See, I was talking to Mike Mangini about all kinds of things. He never told me once. He was told to not say a word. And I'm sure all the other people were told not to say a word. So I never heard it. They didn't, you know, it's like when I got the Smashing Pumpkins audition, they only auditioned 5 drummers. Everybody was shocked that they asked me. Everyone thought, why are they asking Kenny Aronoff to replace Jimmy Chamberlain? But Billy Corgan had a vision, and he had an idea, and I was part of his plan. And I was one of the 5 guys that auditioned, and I got the gig. I only played for 35 minutes. And the audition was not to play the Pumpkin songs. The audition was, do not sound like Jimmy Chamberlain, or you won't get the gig. See what I'm saying? They're all different. They told me not to listen to the Smashing Pumpkins. That's not what they're looking for. And the audition was, Billy says, very polite, says, we all can play loud and we all can play fast. I want you to play with colors and trippy like Grateful Dead, Pink Floyd,